Life hung in the balance at the US Open when Yoshihito Nishioka, a talented and resilient tennis player, suddenly collapsed during his first-round match against Miomir Kecmanović. Nishioka was experiencing difficulty breathing and was stretched out on the ground. Nishioka began to experience severe cramps, his body struggling to cope with the intensity of the match and the harsh conditions. As Nishioka lay on the ground, unable to stand, medics rushed to his aid, and Kecmanović, showing true sportsmanship, sat down beside him, offering water and comfort in a time of distress. He was taken away in a wheelchair while still experiencing convulsions. It was a sobering reminder of the importance of swift and appropriate care in such situations. Nishioka decided to return home to Japan to rest and recover, to heal not just his body but his spirit as well. It's a reminder to all of us that sometimes we need to step back, take a breath, and allow ourselves the time to heal. Nishioka later shared his experience, explaining how his body had been pushed to its limits. He spoke of the cramps that began in the fourth set and how they eventually spread, leaving him unable to stand or breathe properly. Despite his struggles, Nishioka's resilience shone through as he thanked his team for their support and assured his fans that he was on the mend, though his body was still in pain. While this was a heartbreaking moment for Nishioka, who had to retire from the match, he remains focused on recovery. He plans to return to Japan to heal, with hopes of continuing his journey in the Asian season. As for Kecmanović, his concern for Nishioka highlighted the empathy and sportsmanship that makes sports truly special. He now moves on to face Lorenzo Musetti in the second round, but the memory of this match will undoubtedly linger. In times like these, we're reminded that the true measure of a champion isn't just in their victories, but in how they handle adversity, how they care for others, and how they rise after a fall. Nishioka has shown us the strength of the human spirit, and we send him our heartfelt wishes for a swift recovery. Yoshihito Nishioka, a gifted tennis player from Japan, found himself facing not just his opponent, but his own physical limits on the court. In a match at the US Open, he was giving it his all, fighting with every ounce of strength he had. But sometimes, even the strongest among us reach a point where our bodies say, no more. Nishioka had been battling through cramps, pushing through the pain as any true competitor would. Yet in the fifth set, his body began to betray him. With every movement, his muscles tightened and convulsed until he could no longer stand. He collapsed on the court, overcome by exhaustion and severe spasms. It was a moment that struck fear into the hearts of everyone watching. But in that moment, we saw something beautiful too. We saw humanity. His opponent, Miomir Kecmanović, could have simply focused on his victory, but instead, he chose compassion. He sat down next to Nishioka, offering him water, staying by his side as medics rushed to help. It was a reminder that even in the heat of competition, kindness can prevail. Nishioka was eventually taken off the court in a wheelchair, unable to finish the match. But his spirit, his determination remained unbroken. Later, he spoke out, not just to apologize for worrying his fans, but to share the reality of what he had gone through. He talked about the pain, the spasms, the difficulty in breathing, and the frustration of feeling helpless as his body gave out on him. He also spoke about the need for better support during these moments. When he asked for a stretcher, it didn't come. He had to endure those agonizing minutes before finally being taken away in a wheelchair. His words are a call to action, a reminder that we can and must do better in caring for one another, especially in moments of vulnerability. Hey there! I need your help in increasing this channel by 100 subscribers by you simply hitting the subscribe button. It's a free way of supporting this channel and you gain greater access to similar videos. It's a win-win for everyone. This is Lolly Parks with Lolly's Pop News signing off.